as you're going through the process of learning how to take pictures, really one of the things that is going to serve you well is just the ability to recall just little tips and tricks that's going to help improve your game over time. In my opinion, the basics of photography, this exposure triangle, aperture, shutter speed, ISO, those are pretty easy to figure out if you take the time to learn them. And there's a lot of resources to try to learn them and get them straight in your own mind, where that becomes second nature. But you're doing yourself a favor if you can remember, or even make yourself a set of notes. And I'll do that a lot. Make yourself a set of notes on your phone or whatever, or tape it to the back of your camera on the back side of the viewfinder, and just help remind you of all those little tips and tricks that you can add to your photographic repertoire to help expand those creative capabilities of your camera and give yourself more creative options in terms of the type of picture you're taking. For example, it's a good thing to always have in the back of your mind, even if you're shooting pictures of wildlife, is think about doing a panorama shot. Yesterday we saw a pride of lions in the distance, and when I looked at the picture, it looked like a panorama to me. And panoramas are typically used for landscape photography, but I had the presence of mind to go ahead and try to shoot a panoramic picture of these lions laying out in the field. Even did it last night with a group of cheetahs, and I think those pictures are going to turn out really nice. So think about panoramas. Think about those things like if you've got an uninteresting sky and you've got an animal silhouette against the sky, underexpose a little bit. You can go into post-processing and change the white balance on that and make it look like a really nice silhouette shot. So don't discount the fact that if you've got an uninteresting background or it's a drab background, that you can't make a good picture out of it. And a third thing that I always like to think about in terms of those tools in your tool bag is if you can reposition yourself. If you watch a lot of my videos, I talk about the background. Well, on a day like today, when you have an overcast sky, thinking about the background is important too, because one of the things I always want to try to do is keep the sky out of the background if I can. When you're shooting pictures on an overcast day, the sky is the most uninteresting part. It's going to suck the life out of an image, and your pictures are going to be a lot more well lit and a lot more engaging if you just try to find an angle where you can keep the sky out of the picture. And so those are just three things. Find your little tools in your tool bag that helps round out your photographic knowledge, and when you do that, you're going to find out your pictures are going to steadily get better, and the most important thing you can do is strive for consistency in your photography.